Hi, Haley. How's it going?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Have a seat. I have a couple questions for you here for this interview.
Okay.
All right. Question one. Tell me about yourself.
My name is Haley Roman. I am from Houston, Texas. I consider myself to be someone that's very outgoing and someone that's very charismatic. Um, I have really great classroom management skills, and I have really creative, fun, and engaging ideas from my kids as well. Growing up for me, school was just not the funnest place, so I want to make sure that my classroom is somewhere that's really fun and safe for my children and somewhere that they look forward to every day. I have no prior teaching experiences, but I do have 1 year of student teaching and 1 year of daycare teaching. Apart from teaching, I also have my own business. So whenever I am not at school teaching, I am probably over there making sure that my business is up and running. I have been a lash tech for about 5 to 10 years now. I have been licensed by the state of Texas since I was the age of 20. So whenever I am not at school, I just make sure that it's up and running. And getting it to where it is right now has been one of my proudest achievements. I have my teacher certification as well, and then I also have my bachelor's of science in teaching and learning from the University of Houston. And I'm very open to expanding my knowledge as well.
All right. All right. Now, second question. Tell me about a time when you demonstrated leadership skills.
A time that I demonstrated leadership skills was whenever I was working at a daycare. I noticed that the student teaching plans that they had for the students were very, very boring. The students never really engaged with anything, and they seemed very uninterested in the lesson plans. So during a meeting, I decided to talk to the daycare director, and I tried to talk to her into coming up with new creative plans for the students to engage with lessons. And after a while, I was able to convince her into creating new plans. I created new dances and new songs for the students to interact with me during lesson plans, and I also created new activities that included coloring and painting to learn about new shapes, colors, and numbers.
Okay. Third question. Explain to me a time when there was a decision made at work or school that you disagreed with. Why did you disagree with the decision, and what would you have done differently?
A time that I disagreed with a decision at school was whenever we were trying to cut budgets. I was working at a daycare, and they were trying to cut the budgets for the newborn supplies, and they were trying to put that money into this children activities, which was good for me, but also cutting the newborn supplies, which meaning that we had less supplies for newborn children, and those supplies ran pretty quick. So during the meeting, I talked to the teachers and talked to the directors, and I invited new ideas into them and talked to them about doing fundraisers and just events to be able to raise money. So we came up with a new plan, and we decided to do a bake sale, and we raised money to be able to put that money into children's activities. After selling cookies and cakes all day, so we were able to raise $600 to be able to put into children activities.
Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Fourth question. Tell me about the time you failed and what you did.
A time that I failed was whenever it was my second semester of college. I got way too confident in myself, and I thought that I was going to pass all my classes with an A like I did prior to my first semester. So I got way too comfortable, and I let myself slack. Before I even knew it, it was finals week and it was the end of the semester, and I was very, very behind in all of my work. As much as I tried to turn in all of my assignments, my grade would just not go up. So I emailed my professor and I asked for extra credit work and I asked for extra assignments, but no matter how much I tried, my grade would just not go up. So at the end of my semester, I ended up failing my class, and I did not get my credit for that class, but I took that as a learning lesson, and I decided to put my school first and not let myself slack anymore.
All right. Fifth question. If I asked a former boss or teacher what your biggest weakness is, what would they say?
They would say that my biggest weakness is that I'm someone that's very over emotional. I'm overly sensitive. I feel things way too much to the heart, and I feel things way too deeply. I have a tendency of like feeling other people's emotions and connecting with them emotionally. So if they feel sad, I tend to feel sad, and I tend to pass those emotions on to me. So that's probably my biggest weakness, that I feel too much.
Okay. Sixth question. Tell me about a time you experienced a significant change at work or school and how you responded.
A time that I experienced significant change at school probably has to be whenever I started working full time as a college student. So obviously in high school I would never work full time because I had school and work obviously. But as a college student, I had more free time available, so I started working 40 hours a week, with also taking 4 college classes. So as time went by, it got really overwhelming trying to keep up with school and with work at the same time. So I let myself slack in school a lot. But with really good time management skills, I was able to manage it 50-50 and focus as much as I can on school, as much as I can on work. And as time went by, I was able to just focus on both at the same time.
All right. Last question. What is your greatest personal achievement thus far in your life, and what is your greatest personal achievement at work or school?
My biggest achievement probably in life has to be getting my lash business to the point where it's up and running without having to need me there. Back then it was just to the point where I had to be like constantly 24/7. But as I hired more staff and more people to work for me, I was able to get it to the point where I don't have to be there present 24/7, and I can focus on my other job, which is school. And my greatest achievement in life, in school, it has to be graduating and getting to where I'm at right now. Ever since I was a little kid, being a teacher has been my biggest goal and my biggest dream. So knowing that all my dedication, all my hard work, and all my sweat and tears has paid off and has led me to the point where I'm at right now, and being able to teach new children in the new upcoming generation.
All right, honey. That'll be all for today. Thank you for answering the questions, and hope you have a good day.
Okay, thank you.